Look, Die. All I'm saying is, the people who ship Chizuru and Keigo need to understand that Keigo would definitely be the beta in the relationship. Hands down.
What? Who the fuck is Keigo? I thought his name was Yosuke.
Yeah. I could see that. I could see people getting that mixed up. I understand. Oh, right. So we're supposed to do this whole burn the witch thing, aren't we? Well, I guess we could answer two big questions out of the way. Do you need to know about the final Bleach manga to watch? This final arc of the Bleach manga. No, you don't. You can watch this on its own. And it's only an hour long anyway, so I'd say go for it. It's alright.
The split lengths are kinda dumb.
Yeah, that's a here problem though, to be fair.
19 minutes, you say?
22 minutes? 20 minutes? Okay, I guess we should get to that so people know what the hell we're talking about. Burn the Witch was Kubo's next work. Bleach ended in 2016, and he did a one-shot for this one in July of 2018. And then it came back for like 4 chapters last year or so. And at the 20th anniversary Bleach announcement, it was announced that this would be getting its own movie too. Die, your phone went off in the background.
Yeah, phones tend to do that.
Anyway, this series is 100% set in the same universe as Bleach. I mean, it's pretty obvious.
And it's the kind of dumbest notification. Hey, you know that thing you purchased 9 hours ago? You just got your email notification right now.
I knew it. You purchased hentai.
Oh, it's more your thing.
Anyway, ignoring that. But this series takes place in what is known as Reverse London. I mean, we might have mentioned this before. Kubo said the one place he wanted to use more than any other in Bleach, but didn't get the chance to, was France. Because he wanted French people in his thing.
Yeah, too bad the ADR director didn't get the memo, because they're not speaking with silly voices.
Anyway, I'm kind of happy they didn't do that. Because, I don't know, I get the feeling some of these voices might not be able to do that very well. I don't know. Then again, who knows, maybe they could. Anyway, the movie came out in October of last year, and then was split into 3 episodes, with the dub coming out in March of this year by Studio Colorido. Which every time I see that I keep thinking Colorado. Am I the only one?
That's probably the point.
Well, they did A Whisker Away, which we covered here on Dubster Dive last year. And I even made a comment during that one saying, hey, they did the Bleach spin-off Burn the Witch. They also did Penguin Highway, which I don't know shit about, but,
There might or may not be penguins in it.
But, yeah, so it's a movie in Japan, but over here Crunchyroll, who got the license to it, split it up into 3 episodes. All with varying lengths, which, why?
Well, you see, it makes sense if you don't think about it.
Anyway, guess we can run down the dubcast without spoiling anything yet, because yes, we are going to spoil the shit out of this in a couple of minutes. Just a brief synopsis though, the series follows witches this time, who use spells to take down monsters. It's totally different than Keto, trust me, it's definitely different. Right?
Yeah.
And, yeah. I mean, it's not really a spoiler. Everyone knows at this point this is Western Soul Society. Hell, I'm pretty sure it might even be in the synopsis at this point.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Well, first one on the cast list is Noelle. Worst girl, right, Die?
Yes.
What? Why are you agreeing with me? Now I'm confused. Anyway, she's voiced by Allegra Clark. Finally, new people! Oh my god! Anyway, hey, she's white blood cell and cells at work code black. She's also Assassin of Red in Fate Apocrypha. Not Assassin Red, Assassin of Red. You gotta be very specific when it comes to Fate.
How many sabers are there again?
Yes. And she's Maki in Jujutsu Kaisen.
She's also in something we'll be covering after this.
Yeah, but before that, there's one more thing to remind people of to traumatize them. She's Barbara in Promised Neverland. Yeah, I knew that'd make you all happy. Anyway, Noelle is... Well, would you say she's the more laid back of the two main characters, I guess?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we have her partner, who, honestly, is probably the major main character, though they're listed second on the cast list, because that's how that works. You know, it's how this is the one that does the narration and everything. What?
They were officially, air quotes, introduced second, so that's probably why.
Oh. Well, the second one is Ninny. You Ninny. Even though I kept thinking it was supposed to be Nini with the way it was spelled, but
apparently
I don't know.
It's supposed to be Nina, but we'll get to that later.
Anyway, voiced by Olivia Hack, another new person in the land of Bleach. I am so happy. We're not getting any Travises or Keiths this time. We finally did it. Anyway, all I need to do is highlight two roles of theirs, and if you don't know her after those two, then I can't really help you. Ty Lee from Avatar: The Last Airbender, who, if memory serves, most of the people I knew waifued the shit out of her back then. Were you one of those people, Dai?
A people?
A people.
What
And
the hell
she's...
is being a people?
I said, were you one of the people that waifued Ty Lee?
No, I'm good.
Well, and her other role was Rhonda from Hey Arnold. This is like the fourth person from that. Did you know Ben Diskin was in that too?
Yeah, but we most know him for Dog, because...
Tony Hawk's Underground was amazing. Anyway, yeah, her, as far as her anime career, she was a couple of one-off characters in Blood Plus and ad voices in Dragon Pilot. That's about all I could find. She's primarily a cartoon voice actress and even been in some live-action shite. And Ninny is, I guess, the hard-working tsundere of the two. And she's totally not best girl or anything.
See, guys, he's just a weirdo.
I'm not weird. Anyway, as far as the main male character, it's Balgo, voiced by Griffin Burns. Finally, another... I'm so happy this cast is the majority of new people. We're not gonna have a single repeat this time, right?
Yeah. Or
But
most
hey,
people know him as Chill Day from Genshin.
you mean Tarantula? Yes. Tartaglia? Tortilla?
I said it that way.
I mean, hey, he's been on here before. We talked to it before. He's Jinta in Anohana. It's also Fujimaru, or Basic Bitch Pro Tag from Fate Grand Order. And Akira from Devilman Crybaby. And probably a bunch of other shit, too. And, I mean, he has a lot of Yosuke syndromes, or Keigo syndromes, whatever you want to call them. Unless you're gonna tell me I'm wrong, Dai. Anyway. After him, we have Bruno Bangknife, and being as how that name is edgy as hell, that means you know he has to be an edgelord, so clearly Sean Chiplock's the person to voice him.
Batman?
Yes. I mean, that is what Diluc is from Genshin Impact. Tell me I'm wrong. He's basically Batman. Or Subaru from ReZero. Or Kai from Guilty Gear Strive. Or, I don't know, you got any others to name off, Die? Don't think I really need to say any more than those.
Do you really? No, he is Dr. I mean, Noob Saibot.
Oh yeah, he is at MK11. I keep forgetting that, too.
It's because like, of the Dr. Claw voice.
It's like, that's just silly. Anyway.
No,
yeah,
that's an
he's an edgelord in this, too. Again, with a name like that, that's fucking obvious. Hell, when he fights, they do say he wears a little skull mask.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they should have gone all the way and made it like a hollow mask or something. It's just as a cameo reference. But nah. It's just a generic skull mask thing.
What the hell's a hollow mask?
You know what I mean. Oh, you're being silly, aren't you? Anyway.
That's irrelevant now, anyways.
After him, the next main is Macy, voiced by Brianna Knickerbocker. Speaking of ReZero, it's Rem! Or one of the best girls from Genshin, Hu Tao.
Oh, so we're 4 out of 5 for Genshin cast members, huh?
Yes. Anyway. I mean, what else do I need to say besides Rem? She's also the spider in Soma Spider, so what? I know it has a Weebanese name, but I'm not calling it that. Screw you, no. Anyway. Spiders! Anyway, we'll talk more about this character in our breakdown. Didn't want to give too much away. But, yeah. After her is Wolfgang. Voiced by Kyle Hebert. Son of a bitch. I know we had to get one in there, didn't we? We had to get one repeat.
He has like 2 lines out in the whole movie.
Yeah. Just figured to mention him, though. I mean, he's who Bruno works for, I guess? Yeah, he's Bruno's boss, isn't he?
Something like that.
Well, speaking of bosses, Ninny and Noel's boss is Billy Banks Jr., voiced by Xander Mobus. Okay, we're back to new people. Cool. Who we've covered here before is Ren from P5, Balthazar from Dragon's Dogma, the animation. He's Umio in Mega Dimension Nap. And he's Sisto in Disgaea 5. Or Christo, whatever you want to call him. He's also one of the Darbys in JoJo. Anyway. Yeah, he's basically the boss that gives out missions to our 2 main characters.
He's also Abigail.
Oh my god, why would you remind me of that? Yes, he's Abigail at SF5. Damn it, Die. Whatever. And I mean, it seems like, I don't know, he's one of those characters that knows way more that he's letting on, as you find out in this film, series, whatever you want to call it. So I guess you could kind of call him the Urahara of this universe. I mean, he has some of his isms, doesn't he? A little bit.
Something like that.
I guess his boss, from the interaction we did get, Sullivan, is voiced by Kira Buckland. Which I guess you could say is technically the last main we have on the cast list, isn't it?
Yeah, even if they're only in like 2 scenes, you have to take what you can get with movie cast lists.
Well, she's 2B from Nier, Beatrice from ReZero, Setsuna from Yashahime, and Umi from Love Live. Those are probably some of her more famous shit. Unless you've got any others to name off. What?
Yes.
Yeah, and then the cast list also lists 2 other characters off. It lifts off Roy Dipper, who I'm pretty sure was a character who had 3 lines or something at the beginning of this series, and then fucked off. Voiced by Zeno Robinson. Speaking of ReZero, it's Garfield. How many people added a D to that when they were saying that name, by the way?
I don't know, why don't you watch the outtakes?
He's also Kagami from Kuroko's Basketball and Hawks from My Hero Academia, but honestly, I mean, he plays a couple of characters here. Like, isn't it just add voices or background characters?
Yep, the most background of background characters.
Yeah, and the person he's talking to is also named and worthy to be on the cast list, Jimmy, voiced by Kyle McCarley, who most of you know as Mob from Mob Psycho, or Gran from Grand Blue Fantasy, or Mikazuki from Gundam IBO.
Or those other things.
And the last one to mention is, for 1 second, the narrator, for like 2 lines of dialogue explaining how witches work and how they hunt dragons as monsters right at the start, is voiced by Tara Sands. Or Biscuit from Hunter x Hunter, or Mokuba from Yu-Gi-Oh! Which... okay... could have sworn they were going to try double casting her, but I guess not.
They didn't have enough characters around to double cast.
I mean, they technically double
Like,
casted
fuck
Zeno.
that.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they double casted Zeno. It's alright.
I think they did have a couple of Xanders in the background too. Anyway, though, as far as ADR director, once again, unable to find shit. It just said dubbed out of Studiopolis. This tends to happen sometimes, though. It makes me sad. But yeah. Now we're about to spoil the hell out of this, so if you haven't seen it yet, go watch it. You don't need to see the final arc of Bleach or know anything about that to get it.
But
Don't
watch
worry.
Bleach anyways.
Of course watch Bleach.
Especially
Bleach is
the
sexy.
full-bring arc.
Don't you They kind of have to, though. That's the sad part. That's what hurts the most. Anyway. Okay. You ready to go to this breakdown, Die?
Yeah.
Well, we open with narration from Nini explaining how fairy tales are bullshit. I agree. And how that you need to learn to cast your own spells in life, because sitting there waiting for a prince or whoever the hell to come save you is just stupid. Oh, we're actually going to have a different theme than Bleach this time, huh? And it's during this scene where we have Zeno and Kyle talking in the background. Say bye to those characters, they're gone.
Yeah.
Anyway. It's right after this that Nini and Noelle are taking on a dragon, which, actually, I was going to ask about the creature designs in this.
It's not a dragon.
Oh, I thought it was, because they were explaining it as that.
That's later.
Oh, because this... oh, yeah, this was when it was narrated by Tara Sands or whatever. Explaining what dragons
this
are.
One's a fucking... I mean, I guess it's kind of a dragon.
Yeah, it said it was, dude.
Wings.
Yeah, it's because it was given the narration on what dragons were, and they were using spells on it or whatever, too.
But it's just a fucking elk with dragon wings.
That's apparently a dragon.
Flowers.
That's apparently a dragon, man. Because they even called it that. And this is where they use the totally not keto, where they say chance and say magic spell number 44, insert name here. It's different. Actually, since they are witches, do they actually use brooms and shit too?
They're like they're like small dragons.
No, let's talk about the witches. Do they use brooms to fly and shit? Okay.
Yeah, that's what I meant. They're like tiny dragons.
Oh, I see, okay. Well, I hope you guys are enjoying exposition, because fuck, there's a lot of it. In fact, that's this movie's Achilles heel. Unless you're gonna tell me I'm wrong about that.
Yeah. Especially coming from being a one-shot, that's not really a good thing to do.
Well, this movie did adapt the 5 or so chapters from last year, but yeah, we find out after this dragon's defeated that they're fighting for achievement points. Oh god, that's the last thing we need. Trophy horse and Bleach!
Yeah.
You never see me doing that.
You.
You've never seen me do that. Now, excuse me while I go double dip on the PS4 and 5 versions of Guilty Gear Strive's trophies.
Yeah.
Anyway.
What a freak would do that?
We're also here introduced to Balgo, Griffin Burns' character, and it's explained that he's a dragon-clad, the only normal human who's allowed to touch a dragon. Woof. You see, if a human touches a dragon, well, they're gonna be sentenced to imprisonment or execution, Ichimaru! That actually checks out with Soul Society. There's also, I guess, a small dragon that hangs around here named Atsushi. I'm pretty sure they're also voiced by Kira Bucklin. As he repeatedly keeps saying, show me your panties already.
Yeah. They're a dragon. They're not a dog, they're a dragon. If you have wings, that makes you a dragon.
Are you really getting on that with this universe?
No.
Yeah, we also find out here that Nini and Noelle work for an organization known as Wingbind and are part of the Pipers. So many names. Just like we find out Bruno is part of the Dragon Horns, which are the directors of an organization known as the Anks. You guys confused yet? Because, trust me, I was kind of confused trying to keep up with all this.
We also get introduced to a council of people. They're all named, and they're all totally not the equivalent of captains.
Yeah, but none of them really speak except Kyle, right? I think.
And Mr. Edgelord, yes.
Yeah, and Bruno. But alright, we'll get to that. So yeah, they face execution if they interact with a dragon, because... and we find out that witches, or pipers, are meant to bring dragons to pasture and harvest them. Because dragons are the things that damage front London, basically normal human London, from everything humans can see, the most. I guess that makes sense.
No. Should've just called it Britannia, am I right?
Well, Nini's main goal is she wants to become a saver. What's a saver? I don't know, I don't think it's really explained. Alright. I'm trying to make sure I didn't miss this. Was it explained? I don't think it was.
You see, a saver is part of the Council of Dicks.
Oh, okay.
I think.
So you don't even... But that's when a dark dragon attacks. Yeah, you see, these are, I guess...
You see a dragon attacks, and it's KO'd, but then it morphs into a dark dragon.
What the fuck's the difference? What is this dragon black?
Yeah, yes, it turns all black.
Oh, I was gonna say, if it was white and dirty, it would be a Malfested!
Yeah, it was a white dragon.
Oh... So it was a Malfested, then it was. Anyway, I'm gonna hazard a guess you have no complaints about the animation, since again, this was a movie.
Yeah.
People seem to praise this studio for the animation quality of their shit, when they've, again, only done movies.
I mean, it'd be pretty impressive to fuck up a movie, to fuck up closely on a movie animation.
Well, I mean, pretty sure we could find studios that would. But yeah. We've got another fun fight with the Dark Dragon.
A1.
Well, after taking that Dark Dragon out, we cut to Bruno and Wolfgang plotting something. Totally not Bruno not being shady or anything.
Yeah.
As the first episode ends with us cutting to Macy petting a dragon. You know, you don't know their names yet, but we're calling them that so it doesn't get silly. As Bruno walks in on her petting the dragon. Woof.
Watching like a cock.
So it turns out, and as we find out at the beginning of episode 2, Macy used to be an idol. And we find out from one of those sleazy talk shows that they were going to replace her with a CG model or something on stage. And I remember them making a comment saying, well, it's not CG, they called them virtualoids, or it was something like that. We know what that was obviously a parody of.
Think about it.
Yeah, this is one of the characters Zeno voiced too. Huh. And she also apparently left because the media was spinning false stories about her and her relationship with Nina, one of the other members of the group, which I wonder if that's Nini.
No. Really?
Yeah. The media spinning false narratives about people. What a thought! That would never happen.
That's all those fucking that's all those fucking channels do, especially the ones talking about fucking celebrities. Oh, they sneezed. That must mean they hate this person. God, a fucking.
Yeah, it was literally a clip of Nina or whatever saying, "How annoying." That means she hates Macy. Like, what? How the fuck does that work?
That's exactly how those stations work.
It really is. That's the sad part.
It is the most pathetic thing.
Anyway, cut to Noelle and Nini receiving a mission from Billy that someone's illegally rearing dragons. I mean, we know what kind of rearing is the fun part though, right, Di?
What?
Never mind. Anyway, they have to take Balgo with them because since he's the only normal human that dragons are attracted to, oh yeah, that's what a dragonclad is. A human that dragons naturally flock to. Hence Atsushi from earlier, who's, I guess, still alive, though it doesn't show up till the end of the movie. You know, the dog thing.
Yeah, it's dropped for the rest of the movie until the final minute.
I mean, it's basically just a cone. Kind of, just with no personality. It's clearly going to be the mascot of this universe. But hey, Nini rushes off and finds Macy, who quit her group because the media put out false shit, and also wasn't sure how Nina felt about her. Oh my god, Nina was Nini the whole time. Can you believe it, Di?
No.
Anyway, she wants vengeance using her new dragon pet, Ellie, to get revenge on the media people. Noelle arrives as Macy goes apeshit thinking Noelle's in love with Nini, saying that's my Nini.
Perfectly stable person.
During this time, we also cut to Billy talking to Sullivan in one of her 2 scenes, how there's an order to kill Balgo, and Bruno is the one who was sent out to do it. Yeah, and this one it's explained how Bruno is a director of the Dragon Horns, which I guess are the captains of this universe, or something.
Yeah, sure.
Kubo, you are not strong at writing in the short term, man. Your style works for long-term storytelling. Anyway, he arrives attacking Nini and explains how he wants Balgo to be framed for all these crimes so that way he can kill Balgo and get famous for completing the order of killing a famous criminal. Glad we got the overly elaborate thing from Bleach carried over. Unless you've got anything to add.
It makes sense if you don't think about it.
I mean, it does, but it's still, like, really over the top, which I'd expect nothing less. But hey, Noelle starts insulting Bruno, causing him to lose his cool. How dare you say I'm not manly! Letting Noelle take Balgo and flee. As Ninny stays behind, I guess,
And
to
he
hold
also
him
gets
back.
mad that she has no idea who he is.
Yeah. It's like, what? How do you not know me? I'm me. My name is Bruno Bangknife, alright? Which...
At first, he just ignores her saying it.
Then she keeps
Then
doing
when she
it.
says it again, that's when he gets mad.
Well... As he loses his cool letting Noelle and Balgo escape, he then explains to Ninny as they're having a conversation about how Macy is a watcher. Oh, fuck me. Another term. Really? Watchers are humans with lots of mana naturally, which is why he used her, because she was able to, I guess, get closer to a dragon much easier than most normal humans. Because normal humans can't see dragons regularly. Unless they're a watcher or a dragon-clad. You all caught up? Cool. Anyway, during this whole commotion, Ninny is able to take Macy and flee, leaving Macy's dragon Ellie behind with Bruno. And hey, they're all able to meet up at a little hideout. As we find out Macy's past about how she never thought she was special, even when she was an idol, but the dragon Ellie made her feel special because she was the only one that could see Ellie and take care of Ellie, and how the dragon kept eating everything.
Including people, wait.
I don't think it ate anybody. Did it?
Yeah, just add it to the canon, even if it's not true.
Well... She was happy to finally have a friend of her own that she didn't have to pretend to be around, because, yeah, she never really enjoyed being an idol all that much, even if she just had the look for it. That Ellie saved her. Shortly after this, Bruno ends up finding them, after story time ended, as he declares that Balgo is designated a dragon. Meaning he has a bounty on his head, so he can finally kill him and get his fame and fortune or something. Bruno, your plan is really silly. Also, do we even understand why he needs more fame? Isn't he already the borderline equivalent of a captain in this world, kind of?
Yes.
Anyway...
If you don't think about it, it makes sense.
Well, before anything major can happen, Ellie finds them, using invisibility. Huh, that's a weird power for a dragon to have. But it's at this point we're at the climax, where Ellie transforms into a Merihum. If that is how you pronounce that correctly, another fucking term. Do we need to tell you guys this is literally under an hour if you remove the ending themes, clocking at around 59 minutes.
Really? You don't say. I see no problem here whatsoever.
Well, a Merihum is one of the 7 legendary dragons named after fairy tale creatures, this one being named Cinderella, as it gets its full power, under a full moon, something.
It just does.
Yeah, they said something about that. They gave a full explanation on it. It's like, at this point, stop with the exposition. You're feeding us way too much in such a short amount of time.
How about exposit things that we actually matter?
Well, Bruno says Ellie gets priority. You get to be put on hold, Balgo. As he uses his dragon, Rickenbacker. Oh yeah, he had a dragon this whole time too, which I was gonna ask about that. What's so special about his dragon, since you said he's basically captain or something?
I don't know, it's like they're tiny dragons, because he's riding on it and stuff, except it's bigger.
I bet he's compensating for something.
Well, but with a name like that, obviously he is. He's just jealous that Infinite has a better theme song than him.
No, Liam O'Brien isn't here. Surprisingly,
Thank
actually.
fuck.
Well, Ninny and
Enough of
Noel
him
explain
and
how they
Bleach.
can't call. Ninny and Noel can't call for backup because of the order for Balgo's execution. So they're worried that anyone who shows up might kill Balgo. So they're forced to jump in and help Bruno on their own, as their spells seem to have no effect. But Macy tries speaking to Ellie, begging Ellie to stop.
It doesn't work.
Okay, that is one thing I do actually like. Instead of it going with the whole cliche shit that we see all the time. Even Bleach got guilty of that at points. We were friends! Don't you remember? But Ninny then narrates her stuff at the beginning about how fairy tales are bullshit. And how there are some things you can't reason with, no matter how hard you try.
Because of reasons.
But how you can't sit there and wait for someone to just show up and save you. Sometimes you need the strength to get up and save yourself. Waiting there forever, it's not good for you, man.
Whatever.
Honestly, it's a really well-dubbed scene, which I'm going to be honest, the English dub for this is really solid, at least. Even though it's mostly exposition half the time. But, yeah. Ninny tells Macy to stop relying on other strength and create your own strength to move forward. As Balgo, during this point, is able to summon a sword. That.
What does it amount to? Nothing. It just distracts everybody.
It's a setup. But hey, we cut to Billy sitting in his office, and did he say he finger bangs the dragon or something?
Yeah, shoots a giant fucking... Well, no, you just see the dragon get hit, and yeah, he finger bangs the dragon from like
his
miles
office.
away from an office.
Yeah. We then cut to the office as Ninny and Noel are kind of frustrated that Bruno got all the credit for killing it, as no one gets any achievement points because of all the property damage. That kind of reminds me of DMC, to be honest. You know exactly why.
Just shut the fuck up and give me my money.
Well, Macy is then hired as a Dragonclad now, working with the organization, as we cut to Wolfgang revealing to Bruno that Balgo met Macy 2 months back, and because of their meeting, he was able to awaken her abilities, forcing them to the surface. They'll keep him alive for now, believing he's the key to stopping the other legendary dragons. Which, I guess, because they're saying he attracts the dragons to them, that maybe it was because he was near Ellie, she transformed into the Cinderella legend or something. Whatever. We're almost done. But we then cut to Noel and Balgo, Ninny all reflecting on everything. As we also have Atsushi here, doing the running gag again. And this one we see the pillar, isn't it?
Yeah, it's an entranceway thing. Sign.
Yep. This thing saying Soul Society West Branch. As after Atsushi says, "Let me see your panties, Noellers." Noel says, "That's it, I'm killing that damn thing." And we end with that. Okay. So, thoughts on Burn the Witch? To be honest, despite all the exposition, I still had fun with it. It was at least fun watching it. Unlike the Fullbring arc, which was more frustrating.
He needs to slow the fuck down with all these terms.
He does, and again, that's his biggest issue. This was not meant to be a short-term story, and that's the problem. You could tell he's not skilled at writing short form.
And there's especially way too much for what's essentially 3 episodes.
Yeah, this really needed another hour or so of content, so we could get to explore the world more. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like getting Western Soul Society branches, seeing how it's different. That's cool. But there's so many fucking terms and organizations thrown at you so fast. with Bleach, we were slowly introduced to terms. Imagine if in the first 3 episodes you find out about Soul Reapers, Lieutenants, Captains, each individual squad, Visor, Cars, Fullbringers, Bounce, all this other bullshit within an hour.
Quincy's.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, I mentioned Bounce and Fullbringers before Quincy's. Clearly something's wrong with me. But yeah. That aside, I think he did set up an interesting world here that's decent for exploration. The problem is, well, it crammed in way too much. But hey, at least he made all the characters likable. Bruno Bangknife is kind of a dick. But he's the fun type of dick that you'd love to see get punched in the face. And
How do you not know me? I love me.
And I mean, hey, it's nice having Keigo as a main character. I mean, not Keigo. Balgo's definitely not. He doesn't perv over Noelle the entire time. And even make comments like, well, I'd love to have my arm around you. Then my hand could brush up against your chest and, never mind. And, yeah, we all know Nini is best girl, right, Dai?
Yeah, sure. See, guys, he's just such a weirdo.
And, I mean, Nini and Noelle, you can definitely tell they understand each other on the job and work well together and have good chemistry. Again, Kubo, when he knows what he's doing, can write decent characters and make them likable, but the world building in this series needs work. That's its biggest problem.
It rushes too much world building. Too fast.
Yeah, like 40 to 50% of this was exposition. It's like, holy shit, man. I was having trouble keeping up. In fact, if I didn't write this shit down, I guarantee you half these terms I would not remember. I am calling it.
Yeah, but I gotta give it a 0 out of 10, because there was no Momo stabbings.
You could pretend one of the dragons was Momo.
No, but they just got their face blasted off, that's all. Wait, what? It then turned into a dark dragon and grew tentacles out of its neck. Anyways.
Yeah. I mean, hey, Nini and Noelle having to do a synchronized spell against a Cinderella legend dragon was kind of cool, I guess. I was waiting for one of them to go Magic Spell 33, so Katsui. But no, we didn't get that. All the spells are said with English names. Which makes sense, this is the Western branch.
Oh, they should have been said in French.
No. In fact, I don't even know how to pronounce Macy's last name. I think they said it once, but I'm not even going to attempt it. But yeah, this was basically a setup film for what's to come in the future. And I hope what does come out of this, it turns into a long-running thing. Like, this is one of those movies I think deserves a rewrite version, unlike Dragon Ball Super, which didn't need that shit. Because if they extend this to 12 episodes, I think this could work a hell of a lot better.
And I can see its rewrite editions not overstaying its welcome, unlike the Frieza rewrite.
Yeah. So, as far as the dub cast, like we said, the English dub was really good. For me, I think MVP of the dub is Olivia Hack as Nini. That could be also because the no, but seriously, her monologues and speeches were really well delivered. I wouldn't mind hearing her in more anime, but who knows if that'll happen.
It only takes one.
Actually, yeah, wasn't a lot of the cast of Jujutsu Kaisen, a couple of the mainly cartoon voice actors, but now we're starting to hear them in other stuff. Yeah. Yeah. So maybe there's hope.
But you know, but you must erase all hope because it's gone now with with the next episode of Dubster Dive.
We'll get to that in a sec, but yeah, Burn the Witch. If you're still here after not watching it, well, we just spoiled the shit out of this, but I'd say still watch it. It was fun. If not a little expository.
Especially when they literally name-dropped every person in text, every person on that council.
Oh, they did? Oh my god, I didn't even know that. Holy shit. Damn it, man.
It's like, I was like, I didn't even
No
know
one
what
is going to absorb that.
I didn't even know what the and the people didn't show up there. They wrote their names. They put the text on their fucking empty little seats.
Yeah, to be honest, this was my first time with something as blind run for Bleach. So that was fun. I didn't know what was going to happen for once. I'm sure you know how hard it was resisting watching it when the dub premiered a few months ago. But I wanted to wait to wrap it up, the retrospective up with this.
I mean,
Till the final
it's
season.
for the best. I mean, it's better to wash that Fullbringer down with something. It was so dirty. So boots.
Well, as of right now, we finished everything Bleach. Still, after all of its bullshit, I'd consider it one of my top 3 favorite. Hell, if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have gotten into other shows like Soul Eater and shit.
Because it's actually coming back, we can't even put Final on here.
Nope. You gotta love how Bleach is the one that seems to be mostly forgotten from that decade from casuals, even though it was considered one of the big 3. That makes me sad, actually, because we're gonna be honest, I actually did prefer this to Naruto and preferred it way more to One Piece.
Yeah, well, that's because you can watch one episode in it and something would happen. For One Piece, it would require you to watch 30.
You're not wrong, because holy fuck, Toei, I'm so happy Toei did not get their hands on Bleach. Because who knows how those fillers could have been. But yeah. But hey, Bleach's inspiration could still be felt even today with Jujutsu Kaisen and Black Clover. Yeah, those who are like, oh, Jujutsu Kaisen's amazing. Well, what do you think one of the biggest inspirations was for it? You could see that right away. Hell, Yuji even makes a comment saying he wanted to learn a Bankai at one point, as a joke. I don't know what that's referencing, Dai, do you?
Never heard of it. Did you know Ichiko over-relies on it?
Why are we bringing up the Bount arc? Or Modsel arc? Yeah. But seriously, from Bleach's memorable characters, OST being one of my favorites in all of anime, which I'm so happy they got him back, the composer back for the final season, because no one else could do Bleach OST, alright?
Yeah, but he can compose as much good OST as he wants. It's up to the mixers to put it in the right fucking place. I'm looking at you, chicken fight with Pigman.
And Treachery to Dirty Boots. Well, to be honest, the final arc is really good, so you all don't have to worry. It'll be fun, especially since it's rumored the anime is going to be adding new content. Especially revolving around Rukia, worst girl, right, Dai?
Yeah, but every time they try to say that, what doesn't end up happening.
Well, we'll see. I mean, the anime was supposed to air this year, but fuck you, Epidemic. But alright, so that's everything Bleach. For now.
Now it's back to shit.
Now, we could finally close the book on this till who knows when. As next is the season premiere for Dubster Dive Season 3. Oh god. 7 Deadly Sins final season. Why? Netflix, out of all the times for you to rush out the dub of the entire season, this is the time you pick.
Yeah, they just make you feel so good.
I mean, Eden Zero Ep 12 just aired in Japan, didn't it? Why couldn't they rush that out instead? Give us the first 12 episodes of that.
Because it's shit.
What?
7 Deadly Sins is so much better.
Look, I've only read like the first 20 chapters of Eden Zero, and then I was like, oh, well, there's going to be an anime coming, I'll just wait. And I could confirm it's way better than Sins, already.
But Sins is the greatest. It has Twiggle.
But it doesn't have dirty boots, alright? Or Tsukishima is my friend. Anyway, Hope you all enjoyed this, and for those who stayed from the beginning all the way to the end, well then you should consider yourself a legend. Because, what, 27 episodes worth of dubster diving everything Bleach so far? Collectively, like 50 plus hours.
Yeah, then we need to figure out how to split that because the dub is going to come out weekly.
As soon as we hear how many episodes it has, like if it's 50 episodes, we'll do it in quarters, like 12 episode chunks, I guess. Especially because, if memory serves, a lot of shit goes down in the final arc that's worth breaking down. And we're gonna have a lot of voice actor changes. Because if you all think they're gonna get all of the two Laura Baileys back as the Vizards, the Travis back as a Vizard, well then, yeah, I don't see that happening. Alright, this dragged on long enough. Well, so you all thought of Burn the Witch. If you agreed with us, or I don't know. And hey, Burn the Witch already has a sequel greenlit. Oh, I didn't tell you about that, did I?
Why?
Okay, so the Burn the Witch sequel manga, when the manga ended last year, the final page said Burn the Witch 2, ? Basically confirming it was coming. Shonen Jump said it was coming in 2021, basically next year. Kubo found out and was like, the fuck? I never said it was coming next year. And he got super pissed at Shonen Jump for basically declaring when it was coming.
Yeah, Shonen Jump is incompetent, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like, wow, you guys are kind of pricks.
No, really. They're really nice to work for.
Hold off the manga, Hard-Boiled Dolphin. I hate them already. I haven't read that manga. I just think the name is amazing. I don't know shit about it. It could be the worst manga on the planet for all I know.
Or just look at how, or just look at just how amazing they made the ending of Naruto turn out.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people
canceling it prematurely.
I've heard a lot of people allege the ending was interfered with, which I can believe it. I don't know if it's 100% confirmed or not, but if it is, yeah, I believe it. But alright, anyways. Well, so we all thought of Burn the Witch and this whole Bleach thing. Hope you all had fun. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll be back.
And no, we're not gonna do this with Naruto. Fuck off.
We'd be here all year, Bort. Bort was still going.
If we did, we skipped the shitty fillers, especially the bird one. You know which one.
What do you mean the boat filler? The boat filler's worse. And yeah, yes, I mean that. But hey, we do have other breakdowns of series coming in the future, but for now, we're gonna take looks at individual series one by one. For the time being, we need a break from this. Which is why we're diving headfirst back into Seven Deadly Sins, giving it a second look with its final season. Oh, fuck, why?
It has a whole entire 5 frames of animation.
Well, till next time, guys. Then, for one final time, till who knows when, I say, thanks again.